just easily crinkling into my hand. I tell you, it's amazing how dry this leaf really is. You can find things in your backyard to make biochar. Today, we're using wood chips. Booster seats need to be checked as well. The thing to remember here is the positioning of the seatbelt. Parents need to make sure the upper half of the seatbelt crosses the child's shoulders and the lower part crosses the hips. Helping to save the environment is not an easy task, but it's not hard either. I mean, it's as simple as dropping this plastic bottle into the recycle bin or putting your name on a petition. This month's project is to prep this bed for a winter vegetable garden. Why was Kermit the Frog on campus today? Find out next. Find out how this machine could potentially reverse global warming. For some, this may be the sound of pain, but for others, it's the sound of a secure future. The dentist is the place to be when you're thinking about finding a secure job.
Our particular program and job, as well as any of the allied health, are pretty recession-proof.
No, you're not losing your hearing. You heard her correctly. Dentistry is one of the careers where you have a high guarantee of getting and keeping a job. And it leaves some students pretty confident.
But I'm pretty sure I've got one lined up.
Did you know that dentistry is number 8 on the list for recession-proof jobs? While other jobs are at a standstill, the demand for dental hygienists is going up.
Yay! That makes me really excited. I'm glad.
Coming to class is pretty important. These students need to be well prepared because right after graduation, they're usually headed straight to work. So when they gear up, it's like they're in the real world. It's considered to be a classroom, but these students use real patients and real instruments to prepare them for the workforce. The students aren't the only ones benefiting. Their patients can get a chance to say yay too.
It saves you some money. You know, you pay with your time. You don't necessarily pay with your money so much.
Now, dental hygiene is very competitive. Athens Tech receives over 100 applicants each quarter, but they can only accept 16. Dental hygiene at Athens Tech guarantees students a job and saves the patients some money. So I guess those sharp instruments and drilling noises don't sound so bad anymore. As materials fly into the burner, out comes biochar. Biochar is a charcoal produced from biomass that can store carbon. And that's the key, storing carbon. UGA research engineer Brian Bibbins looks for different ways to apply biochar for agriculture, odor control, or even using it as a fuel. This material is made by a process called pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is, well, I'll let the professional tell you.
Basically, in the absence of oxygen, and you heat it up to such an intensity that it causes the molecules to crack and vaporize. And what you get left behind with is this carbon structure that we call biochar.
In layman's terms,
taking carbon out of the atmosphere and putting it into the soil.
Brian loads the carbonizer with biomass and the biochar making begins. At about 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, the materials are cooked and turned into renewable goods such as crude oil. You can find things in your backyard to make biochar. Today, we're using wood chips. One of the reasons that biochar is so promising is that it has the potential to reverse global warming. Biochar is placed into soil, and the soil acts like an enormous carbon pool. It keeps carbon trapped, reducing carbon emissions in the atmosphere. Biochar sounds like a great plan for saving our planet, but
The problem with biomass is that the energy density of biomass is really low, and so it doesn't really make it economical to use it as an energy source.
even though biochar isn't economically usable here in the U.S. yet, it's being successfully applied in Africa. Students talk with different companies in hopes of finding a job or an internship in landscaping, water conservation, and farming.
I enjoy it when we can find someone with a farm background because that helps identify with our customers. Our customers are the farmers, and if they can identify with a farmer and they know that background and understand his livelihood and appreciate the farmer, that's one of the things we look for.
Some companies say finding the right person for the job is the key.
It's like a football team. If they're good, I'll hire them whether I need them or not right now, put them on the bench and train them because of our future growth plans. We'd like to go ahead and be cultivating our future leaders.
Some of the companies believe that even during this tough economy, some businesses are thriving.
The ag industry as a whole is typically more robust and is moving along a little better than most other industries. And right now the ag industry is actually doing very well.
And that's more than what some other industries can say.
There are 34 companies here today, but there was still a low turnout among students. But out of the business that I talked to, they said that their businesses are soaring.
The agricultural business may be doing well now, but some students are unsure about the future.
I feel the horticulture industry, with like environmental stress, like the drought and watering ban and things like that, they've been hit by that in addition to the recession.
But don't be discouraged because companies are saying,
We're hiring.
We're hiring.
We're hiring.
The economic turmoil isn't stopping companies from looking for bright, intelligent students to add to their companies. Yashanti, Ransom, News Source 15.